If you've been waiting for a new construction neighborhood in Avon, Indiana, with larger home sites, basements, side load garages, mature trees, and a more private feel, this one needs to be on your radar. Today, we're taking a look at Whispering Pines by Pulte Homes, one of Avon's newest communities here in Hendricks County. I'm Tony Janko, aka Mr. Hendricks County, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through what makes this neighborhood different, what buyers need to know about pricing, lots, build times, floor plans, upgrades, and most importantly, why you should call me before you step inside that model home. And I say that for a reason. The builder rep is there to help you, but they represent the builder. You deserve someone on your side helping you compare this community to other new construction options, existing homes, incentives, resale value, inspections, lot selection, and contract details before you get too far into the process. Whispering Pines is a smaller community by today's new construction standards. Pulte's planning 64 total homes in this section, and as of the grand opening, none of the homes have been completed or sold yet. That means if you're watching this early, buyers are getting in at the very beginning. There are currently no spec homes available, and the goal for this community is to be mostly build to order. So instead of picking from homes already under construction, most buyers will be choosing a home site, selecting a floor plan, and then going through the entire build process. That could be a big benefit because you get more control, but it also means you need to understand what is included, what is optional, and how fast a price can move once you start adding selections. Base pricing is currently starting around $479,000, but that's the base price. The models we're showing today, the Waverly and the Ivy, price out more in the high 500s to the low 700,000s, depending on options, finishes, basement selections, and other upgrades. That's one of the first things I always explain to buyers with new construction. The model home is designed to make you fall in love. And it should. That's the point. But what you see in the model is usually not the base home. So when you walk through and love that gourmet kitchen, the fireplace, the flooring, that finished basement, all the upgraded trim, that lighting, the bathroom fixtures, we need to separate what's included from what's an upgrade. That doesn't mean don't buy new construction. I love new construction for the right buyer. It just means go in with your eyes open. Now let's talk about the homes themselves. The homes in Whispering Pines are larger move-up homes, generally around 3,000 square feet plus a basement. This is not really positioned as an entry-level neighborhood. This is more for the buyer who wants more space, maybe a main-level guest suite or bedroom option, a large basement, a larger kitchen, and a more elevated streetscape. One of the biggest included features here is that basement. Pulte is including full 9-foot ceiling basements, which is a huge plus in this price range. In a lot of new construction communities, basements are either not available, very limited, or only available on certain lots. Here, basements are a major part of the offering. And what's even more interesting is that buyers have the option to finish the basement, add a full bathroom, and even add a bedroom. That can be a major difference maker for families who need guest space, teenagers, in-laws, a home gym, a theater room, or just a second living area. A finished basement can also change how a home lives day to day. You may not need every bit of finished space on the main level if you create that extra hangout area downstairs. But this is exactly where you need to slow down and price things correctly. A finished basement is not cheap. Adding a bathroom is not cheap. Adding bedrooms, egress, upgraded flooring, lighting, and all the trim adds up. So when someone says the base price starts in the high 400s, just remember that home that you actually want may be a very different number. Another feature buyers are gonna like here is the side load garage. That helps make the exterior look more custom and gives the streetscape a cleaner, higher end feel. Instead of every home being dominated by a front-facing garage door, the side load setup gives the neighborhood a more polished look. Pulte is also offering upgraded exterior elevations and color packages, and that matters more than people may think. When you're buying in a brand new neighborhood, you want the community to look good not just today, but 5, 10, 15 years from now. Exterior variety, roof lines, materials, color packages, and garage placement all affect how the neighborhood feels as it matures. One of the things that separates Whispering Pines from some other new construction communities is the setting. This is the final section from a previously developed tract of land, and that community is surrounded by mature trees. That gives it a quieter, more private feel than some of the wide open farm field developments you see around here in central Indiana. Lot sizes are expected to be around 1/4 of an acre to a little under 1/3 of an acre. There are lot premium options, including home sites near ponds and home sites along those developed tree line. Now let me say this clearly, lot selection matters a lot. Two homes can have the same floor plan, the same finishes, and the same square footage, but one may have a much better long-term resale position because of the lot. Pond view, tree line, cul-de-sac feel, traffic pattern, drainage, afternoon sun, backyard usability, neighboring homes, easements, and even driveway orientation all matter. That's one of the reasons why you want your own agent involved early. I can help you look past the pretty model and think through which home sites will actually make the most sense for you and how you live and for resale later. Inside the homes, Pulte is offering a lot of personalization for a production builder. The builder rep mentioned to me that many buyers have been surprised at how many selections they're able to make. Some of the options that buyers are likely to love include the gourmet kitchen, the finished basement, modern fireplace options, traditional fireplace options, and even the ability to choose from 2 fireplaces depending on the plan. All floor plans also have a main level bedroom option, which is becoming more and more important. Some buyers want it for guests, some want it for aging parents, some want it as an office that could function like a bedroom later, and some buyers are simply thinking long-term, knowing that not every season of life is going to be as stair-friendly as today. Thinking about relocating to the Indianapolis area? Well, I've got just a thing for you. My team and I have actually taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide, which is meant to save you hours of research, and I've linked it below. From top employers to the best hospitals and a boatload of other things that you need to know before making the move. The best part is this guide is 100% free. That's right, you heard me, 100% free. Just click the link in the description below or the top pinned comments. Hope that helps. Another option worth mentioning is a 2-zone HVAC system. For larger 2-story homes, that can be a major comfort feature. If you've ever lived in a home where the upstairs is hot and the downstairs is freezing, you know exactly why buyers ask about this. With homes around 3,000 square feet plus a basement, comfort and efficiency matter. So when you're comparing one builder to another, don't just compare square footage and price. Compare comfort features, mechanical options, insulation, windows, HVAC setup, basement options, and what's actually included. Now let's talk about location. Whispering Pines is in Avon, Indiana, and one of the biggest lifestyle benefits is its convenience. You're about 5 minutes from the elementary school, the middle school, and the high school, which is a big deal for families that want to stay close to school activities, sports, band, pick up and drop off, and everything that comes with having kids in the Avon schools. You're also a little over 10 minutes from Avon Commons and the shops at Perry Crossing, so shopping, restaurant, groceries, and everyday conveniences are all close by. And because you're near 267, US 36, and not far from Ronald Reagan Parkway, this location gives you solid access to Plainfield, Brownsburg, Indianapolis, and the airport side of town. The neighborhood will also have access to a pool and playground, and the HOA is currently around $405 per quarter. That includes community maintenance, snow removal off the streets, access to the pool and playground, and high-speed cable and internet through Spectrum. Now, HOA fees and inclusions can change, so we always verify the current numbers before writing an offer. Now let's talk about the 2 models I filmed, the Waverly and the Ivy. Both are going to appeal to move-up buyers, but likely in slightly different ways. As you watch the B-roll play behind me, pay attention to the kitchen layout and how the great room connects to the dining space where the flex spaces are located and how the bedroom setup would work with your family. When I walk buyers through models, I always tell them not just to ask, do I like this house? Ask better questions. Where do the backpacks go? Where does the dog sleep? Where do guests stay? Where does the Christmas tree go? Where do you work from home? Where do the teenagers hang out? Where does the storage go? And what happens if a parent needs to stay with you? What would you change if you lived here for 10 years? That's how you figure out if a floor plan actually fits your life. The building process here is pretty straightforward. Step 1, call me to bring you through the home. Step 2, building the home on paper. That's where we discuss the floor plans, the home sites, and the major options with the sales consultant. Step 3 is making it official. The purchase agreement and earnest money deposit are handled electronically, and buyers typically make loan application within 3 days of that contract. Step 4 is the design center. Within about 3 weeks, you'll meet one-on-one with a consultant to finalize finishes. That's where your selections become real, and it's also where your budget can move up quickly if you're not prepared. Then the construction manager gets involved. We'll have an introductory meeting, weekly updates, and in-person meetings at different stages of construction to review progress. Step 5 will conduct some third-party inspections. And step 6 is closing. After the final walkthrough, you'll sign off on the home, close at Pulte's office in Carmel, get the keys, and move in that day. Current estimated build time is around 5 months, which is a strong timeline if they can maintain it. But as with any new construction, timelines move based on weather, permitting, materials, labor, and inspection schedule. Now here's the part that I really want buyers to hear again. Before you walk into the model home, call me first. Most builders have rules about agent registration. If you go in by yourself, sign in, and start the process without me, you may be accidentally giving up your ability to have representation paid by the builder. And that matters. Having me involved does not usually cost you more, but it can give you a major advantage. I can help you compare this neighborhood to other Pulte communities, other builders in Avon, new construction in Brownsburg and Plainfield, and existing homes that may offer you better value depending on your goals. I can help you ask the right questions, like what secret incentives may they be offering? Are there additional incentives tied to if we use the builder's lender? What's the real price after design selections? We'll also talk about lot premiums, drainage concerns, what type of inspections we're gonna do, what's included versus upgrade, and how this will compare for resale. What happens if interest rates change during the build? What are the HOA rules? What future phases of nearby developments could possibly affect this neighborhood? The builder rep can be great, many of them are, but they work for the builder. My job is to look out for you. So overall, Whispering Pines is gonna be a very interesting option for move-up buyers in Avon. It's not gonna be the cheapest new construction option in Hendricks County, but for buyers who want more space, more customization, a basement, and a more elevated feel, it can be one of the communities worth watching closely. If you're thinking about building in Whispering Pines or anywhere in Hendricks County or the Indianapolis area, reach out to me before you visit the model. I'm Tony Janko with the Janko Realty Group, Mr. Hendricks County, and I'll be happy to help you compare your options, understand the numbers, and make sure you're protected before you fall in love with the model home. Call or text me, 317-414-9355. And if you found this video helpful, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow along because I'll keep bringing you real local updates on new construction and the Hendricks County housing market. Thanks!